Hello everyone and welcome back to season 3 episode 15, the epilogue. I have no idea how this episode is going to be like because I died last episode and I have no idea why. But let's just go. I actually cannot. I died. Bright autumn sun. Its rays kept jumping back and forth between the swaying branches of the trees. One of them blinded the little girl for a second, and she squinted, annoyed. The air was warm, fresh. It smelled of pastries. The little girl was about to cry because instead of sweets, her mother had brought a bottle of milk to her lips. Come on, drink a little.
Don't push her. She doesn't want to. You better give her a treat instead.
She's too young. I so can't have pastries yet.
Oh, back in my country, she'd be eating porridge already.
Her dad leaned over to her, smiling. His big brown eyes looked at her warmly. He loved her very much.
It's okay. You learn to speak and ask for whatever you want. You were born during a terrible flood. Can you imagine that? All the neighbors grabbed their things and ran away. But my little Iso was not afraid and decided to come to us that very night. My favorite stubborn girl.
You've already told the story of her name to everyone you know. Now you've decided to repeat it to Iso as well. She doesn't understand anything yet. She's not even a year old.
Doesn't understand, you're right. Her father had explained to her many times what her name meant.
Moon water. The little girl laughed. The sun hid behind a cloud, and she curiously stared at the people in the restaurant. Kiran! Her gaze fell on a tall, handsome young man. His green eyes were studying the menu. A young woman came up to him and hugged him gently. Ugh, they got their happy ending, at least something. Shall we have lunch here?
Yes, I'm starving. They make delicious roti here.
His girlfriend laughed softly, covering her mouth. Roti? Kir, I thought you didn't eat Indian food. He fell silent. He was staring into space, his lips pursed. Kiran?
I'm craving it today. Yeah, let's eat here.
Yaya realized her words had stirred something in Kiran. The little girl watched the couple fascinated. She didn't care about anything else. Oh, I get it. Sorry. Today's the day, right? Where I died? Kiran nodded curtly. What day was that? She didn't know. An ordinary November day.
You know, I don't mark it on the calendar, but a week before I always start to feel numb. Every year for the past 10 years.
There is no specific day, my heart. They were guided by the lunar phases. Yaya caressed his hand sympathetically. They sat down at the table.
I even played terribly today. All I could think about was her. Would she be proud of me?
I'm very proud of you, Kiran. I'm very proud of you.
What would she be doing now? I miss my sister so much.
Of course she would be proud. It wasn't easy for you, but you continued to study hard. You got a wonderful athletic scholarship in Vienna, and you started earning a living. You helped me escape. After all that happened, you could have just enjoyed your freedom. But instead you always remembered me and how badly I was treated at home. Kiran snorted.
Bastards, it was the head of your family who betrayed them, not you.
Every family member is always responsible for the actions of the head of the family. Looking at his girlfriend with tenderness, Kiran smiled.
Love is so much better when we're together.
I actually died, people. I am so mad. Another woman approached their table. Her red hair was shining beautifully in the sun. Why are you here?
Lima, have a seat.
You wanted Indian food. Lima raised her eyebrows and then her eyes widened. I get it. I understand. She sat down with her friends.
I'm happy to see you. How long will you be in Vienna?
We'll see. Interpol hasn't given me any specific yet.
If you hadn't stopped me then, maybe I would be working with you now. Ooh,
Lima laughed and waved him off. I'm not completely out of my mind. Be nice to him. I promised Amal I'd take care of you. The worst thing I could have done was let you join a law enforcement agency. You were the one that insisted to continue his sports career.
It was her. Who else could it be? Ooh. She got temporary guardianship so that I wouldn't apply where I shouldn't. Ooh.
Lima jokingly nudged Kiran on his shoulder. And now you're doing really well with basketball, aren't you?
Was that why you pressured the family coach to raise a basketball star? You must have been so afraid that I would join a criminology club.
Ooh! They were hiding behind jokes because some things were too painful to remember. Losing the sole breadwinner in the family, Kiran almost being sent to an orphanage, Lima's problems with being granted guardianship. Kiran stared at the menu. He was wearing an expensive suit, which not everyone could afford, especially a guy who just started earning a salary not so long ago. Someone wealthy definitely helped him with his finances. Soon the food was served. Kiran looked up from his plate for just a second and met the little girl's gaze. They looked at each other for a long moment. Is that me? Being reborn? The man didn't understand why he was so drawn to the little girl's bright blue eyes. They suddenly filled with tears, and she burst into sobs. Everything is a cycle. Everything has a beginning and an end. This is an important thing to understand because there is no life when things are still. Life is a cycle. Destruction of the old and creation of the new. Birth and death. Love and hate. Faith without which everything loses its meaning. The past affects the present. Everything that happens in the present will have consequences in the future. A full circle, we live in a world built by our ancestors and we try to make it better for our descendants. This is exactly the wisdom brought by the goddess of time and destruction, who turns anger into mercy like phases of the moon. I completed it. People, I'm so mad. I actually died. Okay. I actually died. People, I'm so mad. You have no idea how mad I am right now. So, since I got a fatal ending and I didn't live to see the future, I'm going to be replaying the Amrit version again. But this time I'm going to try to get so many respect points that I'm not gonna die. Like, what kind of bullshit was that? I actually died. Why? Why did I die? Anyways, I hope you enjoyed it at least. I know I enjoyed the ride, but I'm not okay with the fact that I died. Like, that sucked. But like I said, I'm going to be replaying the story so that hopefully the next time when I upload in the Amrit version, I'm going to have a good ending. Tell me in the comments below what you thought of this ending, and I will see you in another video. Bye.